Hello, I'm Mrs. Charity. Welcome to the Glorious Heritage Overview of Catholic Church History. Discover the amazing story of the Church together as a family as you color and paste your way through the timeline and printables, which you can find on our website. And now, let's move into our topic for today.
Hello, I'm Mr. Charity, and welcome to the Glorious Heritage Catholic History video series. Today's topic is number 138, the restoration of the French Monarchy. If you look on your timeline and summary question sheets, you'll notice that we are in the blue time period, which we have called Taken Away. If you don't have a timeline or summary question sheets, you can find them on our website. The French Revolution was a huge disaster for France and the rest of Christendom. It caused a lot of damage and spread many false ideas. Remember how the French Revolution led to the execution of King Louis XVI? Well, after that, the general named Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power and conquered most of Europe. He ended the Holy Roman Empire by overthrowing its last emperor, Francis II, and even kidnapped 2 popes. Napoleon replaced the Catholic laws with new ones based on the principles of the evil French Revolution. This was a major blow to Catholics in Europe. Eventually, though, Napoleon was defeated, and his empire fell. The old rulers of Europe wanted to restore things to how they were before the French Revolution and Napoleon. In France, the royal family was called the Bourbon dynasty. And after Napoleon was exiled, the Bourbons tried to reestablish their kingdom. But the harmful ideas of the French Revolution had spread throughout France, influencing the hearts and minds of the poor people. Now most French citizens no longer wanted a king to rule over them like before. They wanted more power for themselves and less for the king. In 1830, the Bourbon King Charles X tried to pass a new law to regain the power the kings had before the French Revolution. But the people of France did not want to be ruled that way. They rioted in the streets and forced Charles X to step down. The next king, Louis Philippe, took over, but he was much more lenient with the rebellious French people. He didn't last long, though. In 1848, the French people got rid of their last king and established a republic. The old Catholic world was swept away by the Age of Enlightenment and the French Revolution. The Catholic Church was no longer honored by the government and by the king, but instead the government allowed all kinds of errors, heresies, and false religions to spread in France. What a horrible shame. Now Mrs. Charity will remind you about Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal and what she told St. Catherine de Labouré about those riots in 1830.
Hello, I am Mrs. Charity. So, Mr. Charity just told you that the French king, Charles X, was overthrown in 1830 because he wanted to limit the power of the people. Do you remember back to our recent video about Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal? In that apparition, Our Lady said to St. Catherine de Labouré, "The days are evil. Terrible things are going to happen in France. The king's throne will be overturned. The whole world will be filled with trouble of every kind. But come to the foot of this altar often. Here many graces will be given to everyone who asks for them. They will be given to the rich and to the poor, the great and the lowly." Our Lady said this to St. Catherine in 1830, shortly before the July riots that overthrew the kingdom of Charles X.
Welcome back. I have another little poem for you today to help you understand France's last king, Louis Philippe. His nickname was the Citizen King. He knew that the king before him, Charles X, was overthrown for being too much like a king. So Louis Philippe decided he would act much more like the average person in France, and that's why he got his nickname, the Citizen King. So here is the poem. Charles X, with regal grace, sought to restore the ancient place. A king who cherished royal might to guide his realm with divine right. Yet whispers of dissent did grow, a storm of change began to blow. In 1830 the streets did roar, as Charles was king, alas, no more. Louis Philippe, the citizen king, a different tune he chose to sing. With less authority and a common touch, he ruled the land, but not so much. He walked among the common crowd, with modesty his reign was proud. No grand displays, no royal airs, he sought to ease the people's cares. But even kings with modest air must face the winds of change and care. In 1848 the throne did fall, a republic rose, to sorrow all. The old ways lost, the monarch's might, replaced by chaos and endless night. The Bourbons mourned, the faithful wept, for France a solemn vigil kept. Well, that's all for today. We'll leave the French Revolution behind from now on. In our next video, we'll talk about the Catholic immigration of the late 1800s. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new today. Visit our website, www.gloriousheritagecartoons.com, where you can find more educational supplements, cartoons, books, and printables. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to get notified of our latest updates and videos. And if you like our work and want to support us, you can make a donation on our website or on Patreon. We really appreciate your generosity and kindness. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, and see you next time.